Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This is going to be the third set between Mind and Jaedong in the semifinals on Blue Storm, and this is, I have no idea how Mind could possibly pull out a victory on this, just because Jaedong seems to have the winning set on this map. Jaedong starting in purple in the bottom left-hand corner, Jaedong starting in red in the upper right. Jaedong essentially just usually on this map has gone all in Mutalisks and then just goes straight to big air, and just keeps constant pressure on his opponent, sometimes doing it out of two hatch mules. That's what I think he did against Flash, if I'm recalling correctly, doing two hatch mules and just always assailing his opponent all the way to Guardians, and there's just nothing that the Terran opponent can do. In Mind, we'll see if he can pull out something creative. Honestly, he's been cheesing it up thus far, and usually you'll see people cheese it up if they don't feel like they're confident against an opponent. They feel like they have to kind of win some quick victories here and there, and don't feel very comfortable in the long term. And I really do think he has to cheese on this map, but we'll see if Jaedong decides to scout it out. We'll see if there is a two barracks build. Sending out, as you can see, sending out that SCV very early right now. And my guess is before he even builds the first supply depot, you gotta think that that's got to be cheese. And so it's going to come down to where Jaedong's got to expect this, though. He knows this is his map. He knows that Mind's been cheesing him thus far across the board. First with that two barrack build that won at a staggered location, and that second time trying to go looked like mech and then just couldn't shift back. Jaedong did a brilliant maneuver getting those lurkers out. So he's got to suspect it. We'll see if he ends up scouting it out. And it looks like Mind actually going right directly into the base. Actually, maybe it's just an early scout. He's getting really close there. Wow! Putting down an engineering bay, wants to block that secondary, so wants to make sure that Jaedong is delayed. Actually, wow! Before even his supply depot. That is insane. So making sure that Jaedong can't produce a 12 hatch, so he has a little bit more time to try to. That incredible. Knew that Jaedong was going to go for that 12 hatch as per his standard build going into Mutalisk, and is just pushing in to just delay that so he can and just basically force Jaedong to go something else, so he can have a little bit of time to build his own forces up. He did that before even a supply depot. I don't know how. That's extremely significant in my opinion. Incredible. By Mind, and we'll see how Jaedong responds. Obviously kind of forced into more of a 9-pool build as a result. Looks like he's blocking off his front, getting barracks down, and that's a good maneuver on Mind's part, I think, knowing that I just don't think he had an answer. I think he knows he didn't have an answer for that Mutalisk kind of harass, so instead making sure that basically making sure he's not facing two hatch Mutalisks right off the bat is going to force Jaedong to instead of getting that early economic advantage, going to force him to basically go into a speed upgraded Zerglings to start that SCV getting killed out, and that's actually pretty significant because you can't continue with that engineering bay, can't continue to harass that second hatchery, and we'll see if Jaedong he probably will decide to put that second hatchery down after this. You can see Mind really feeling the importance of that, trying to get another SCV down so he can continue that harass at that second hatchery. He wants to delay him as long as possible. Looks like he's going to go for a standard medic marine build here. As you can see, he hasn't capped his gas, although he is somewhat disrupted because he put that engineering bay down up front. He's going to have to cancel it at one point or another. He's probably going to have to cancel it right now here. 6 Zerglings being produced. He's probably, and that looks like he did just cancel it, and that drone in the meantime kind of blocking that door. Very clever by Jaedong. Now it looks like a command center going up, so Mind actually thinking about more of a faster expand type build. So still counting on Jaedong to kind of go for more of a tech build at this point, and Jaedong is in fact going for a tech build, getting the layer up now. Zerglings being pressed up, it looks like towards the base, do a little bit of harassment. Another SCV managing to scout in, so if he manages to go in and see the layer, that's going to be a big cue for Mind. We'll see if he responds by canceling the command center, or if what he decides to do from this point. He is seeing that out. Let's see if he decides to put down his gas kind of in turn, or how he responds here. He's going to go up and put down his gas so he can get some higher level tech to deal with it. So an interesting risk here, because if Jaedong does in fact continue and go that 2 hatch Mutalisk, the question is will Mind have anything in position to really deal with it? And I guess the question again is he in fact at this point, because that second hatchery was delayed up to this point, in fact going to go with that 2 hatch Mutalisk? But basically Mind a little bit. This is interesting from him really. And we'll see if he pushes down now. He's got those 4 Marines, got that single SCV. He could do a run at that second hatchery, getting that academy down now. Doesn't look like he's going to. Spire going down in the background, and Mind did in fact see it. He did in fact see that Spire, so we are going to see 2 hatch Mutalisks here. Pretty clearly there. And interestingly enough, man, I just don't know if Mind's still I don't know if Mind's going to be able to hold this off. Command center's done, now being lifted out, now being brought out. He still needs, Mind again needs to be a little bit careful. He's only got 4 Marines and a single SCV out there. It looks like another Marine grouping up, and it looks like a good-sized group of Zerglings, a large group of Zerglings actually pushing up. And I don't know if Mind has enough. He needs to spot that out if he's going to be now pushing back around. And as you can see, those Marines getting flooded. He's trying to get him back behind that that mineral line so he can kind of use them in a defensive position. That medic going to be cut off in the meantime, and this is horrible for Mind. So Mind not scouting those Zerglings coming up, and he might end up losing the game right here. Yeah, he's going to end up losing the game right here. So Jaedong pushing up. That was brilliant by Jaedong. Jaedong realizing here a fire bat being produced is just not going to be enough. More SCVs falling off on land. I got to say Jaedong's going to take this game right here, realizing that Mind was probably still going to go after that early economy advantage and getting a lot of the Zerglings produced and just pushing up with them immediately afterwards. And now another fire bat produced, but that supply depot's down. That front is breached. More Zerglings coming up to supply. More fire bats trying to be produced. And keep in mind, Jaedong is now making up that difference. Still another. So even if he does manage to pull this off, he's going to have Mulisks here in just a second. Yeah, Mulis just in a second here, and Mind is probably going to have to GG either way. Firebat has been produced, maybe a medic alongside here. No, 2 Firebats being produced. So Mind, again, even though he got that secondary up, he's basically been harassed down at this point. Now he doesn't have anything now to deal with these Mulis. He doesn't have any Marines. He doesn't have any turrets on the ground. 3 Firebats being produced, probably still producing Firebats here in a second. He's probably, and now, yeah, Mulisks away. Mind's going to have to GG here in a second as soon as Mulisk up in his base, unless he pulls off something miraculous. Absolutely miraculous. Let's see if he produces a Marine right here. There are 2 Marines, but 2 Marines versus 2 Mulisks. 3 Mulisks plus the Zerglings. Man, Jaedong is showing his dominance here. Showing his adaptability. I mean, I felt like Mind did almost everything in his power there to really fend this off. Maybe the game's not over though, so I shouldn't say it, but really I think it is, because as you can see those 2 Marines. Yeah, there's GG. So wow, brilliant maneuver from Jaedong. Just looks unstoppable right now. Just looking he's so hot right now. So Mind losing game 3, and he's going to have a hard time going into set 4. I think it might be going back to Katrina. I'll have to check. But again, yeah, I'm not sure that a lot of pressure on Mind now. Down 2-1. It's do or die, and oof, yeah, looking frustrated right there as you can see, and just doing everything in his power, still losing. Man, Jaedong is looking good. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for listening.